What is up, guys? It's your boy Cet-Ki back with another movie review. And this go around, I got the opportunity to watch Creed 3. This is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. He directed and starred in this movie, so congratulations to him. Um, Before I get into the review, this is a spoiler review. I will spoil the entire movie. If you have not seen the movie and want to see the movie, this is your cue to leave. Get the fuck out of here because I'm about to just spoil everything. If you've seen the movie or don't care about spoilers, here you go. All right. Last chance for the people to dip. All right. Bye. All right, to everyone still here. I really enjoyed Creed 3. I don't think it's a perfect movie. Like, what is. It has its flaws and it has a lot of plot points that it sets up and doesn't resolve at the end. So that took some points off from me, but we'll get into that. The movie starts off in a flashback where where Creed was young and he is sitting with his friend. They're headed to a underground boxing tournament to watch Creed's friend fight in the tournament. Creed's friend is Diamond Dame Anderson. He is the antagonist in the movie. But they start off the movie as friends. They get through that, and then Creed they leave that scene. Creed ends up having an altercation with another boy, and just so forth and so on. Just hood interactions happen, and Creed dips off and leaves Dame to be arrested, basically. Then 20 years later, all the events of Creed has happened. Him in the events of Creed 1 and Creed 2 have both happened. Oh, and also I went to Creed 3 having not watched Creed 2. I had never seen it. On my way to Creed 3, I was looking up the summary of the plot of Creed 2, so I wasn't like caught off guard on everything that happened. He ended up marrying that girl from the first movie, Tessa Thompson's character. They got married. They had a daughter. The daughter's deaf. I forgotten Tessa Thompson was like a singer. Like her character was like a singer in this, and she's also having hearing problems. And apparently, the hearing problems got even worse. That made her not be able to sing on stage anymore. Uh, that becomes it doesn't become relevant later. That's one of my gripes, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Um, that time has passed. Creed is like a more like a promoter. He's retired from boxing. He boxed his last championship. He retired. Now he's like a gym owner slash like a promoter for other fighters, like basically the next generation of fighters. Basically, he's like a franchise owner. He's in his gym training his fighter, and they're getting ready for his fight. Then Creed walks outside and sees like this like bum dude looking dude like leaning on his car, and Creed's like, get the fuck off my car, dude. And but the guy ends up being Diamond Dame Anderson, and they start talking and chatting and stuff, and Creed invites him for lunch. They go out and get food. They continue to reminisce, and they talk about how good Dame used to be, and Dame is like, I'm still good. Let me get in the ring and prove myself. And then Creed is like, oh man, like let me give you some money. He's like, no, 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 just give me an opportunity, basically. And Creed invites him to come work out at the gym. Just kind of indulging him, not really, you know, uh, promising him anything. Just saying, come out there and work out and spar, basically. Just be in the circle, I guess. And Diamond Dame accepts. He is grateful. And at that point in the movie, I'm just wondering, oh wow, they're such great friends. Like this is what's gonna go bad, uh, to lead them to have to fight at the end. So it it like skips to like Creed going home with his family. We get to see more of the family. That's when we learn that Tessa Thompson still trying to make music, but she's making music for other people, um, and all that. The daughter is, like I said, she's deaf. She goes to like this deaf school, but she's like really into fighting, like her dad. And she also gets into a fight at school because she's getting bullied. And, you know, Creed and uh, Tessa Thompson's character are like talking about how best to handle bullies. And Creed's like, knock them out. And then Tessa Thompson's character is like, no, we have to understand where her anger comes from and tell her how to deal with her emotions. And, not everything has to be resolved about with fighting. And Creed is like, sometimes they do because that's all people know sometimes. Which I agree with both. Both are correct. But skipping to back to the gym, Creed's fighter, his name is like uh I forgot. Some like Hispanic Mexican champion. He's like the champion guy of the world, and he's preparing for his fight against like this Russian guy. And then no one wants to spar with this guy because this guy just beats the crap out of everyone he spars against. So Creed, sends in uh Anderson to spar with him. And Anderson, he's been in prison for 20 years, so he's still good at boxing, but he kind of like fights dirty. Like he all he does all day is watch film of other people, so he knows their weak spots. He's just a dirty fighter. He's a prison fighter. So he's they're sparring or whatever, and then he actually hurts uh the Mexican guy, and the Mexican guy like, dude, what the fuck? Like you like this is a spar, you better mess up the moneymaker basically. They kick Anderson out, and then Creed's like, oh yeah, my bad, my bad, my bad. Uh Creed Anderson ends up at Creed's house, meeting his family, and then talking and shit and reminiscing again and again and again. And then that's when Thompson's character finds out that finds out about Creed's past that he never like told her about. She didn't know that he came from a group home, was a little delinquent with Anderson, and that causes some little tension throughout the movie. Um, and Tessa Thompson's character invites Anderson to like a label party she's throwing. I guess like one of her songs are releasing and her artist is there. She invites him to the label party basically. He accepts because why not? He ain't got shit to do. So it cuts to the label party. They're having a good time in there. Everybody's like mingling. Creed speaks to Anderson for a bit, and then he goes and speaks to like the Mexican guy because the Mexican guy's fights coming up. And Jonathan Majors character Damon Anderson, he goes over to Tessa Thompson's character and starts talking to her. Basically like just asking her like, are you satisfied with someone else singing your song, because she can't perform anymore. Her hearing is so has deteriorated so much that she can no longer like sing on stage properly. And this is my first gripe with Creed 3, because they keep mentioning this Tessa Thompson's character, not being satisfied with not like with like singing, not being able to sing. Like it seems like a theme of the movie was like not being satisfied in like with who you are currently. Like, Dame is not satisfied with his situation. Creed is not satisfied with his situation fully because he wants to get back in the ring and, fight, secretly as well. The little daughter's not satisfied because she wants to indulge in this part of her that wants to fight, and her, and the mom doesn't want her to like, be interested in fighting, and and she is not satisfied with not being able to sing. They just never resolve this Tessa Thompson's character's plot line uh in that respect. So that kind of irked me a little bit. It felt like, but it did feel like they started it, and they like even planned to make content about it, and maybe it just got cut. I'm not really sure. But that was my gripe with that. It's like very nitpicky. I have very nitpicky gripes. Um so uh we come to find out that Anderson joined a gang in prison, and some of his gang members are there at the label party. Um the Mexican guy, the Mexican champion, is talking to like the person he's set to fight against, for the heavyweight title. Uh, and then in the background of these teams, you can see Anderson kind of talking to some guys. And then the Mexican champion get not the Mexican champion, the Mexican champion's challenger gets attacked and gets very hurt, so he can't fight. So everyone in the audience were just like, "Oh man, Anderson set that shit up, just so he could, take the place of this, the challenger for the title belt, basically." Uh, so they're trying to scramble and find someone to replace this fighter, because the Mexican guy is like, I want my money, like we can't wait for this guy to get out of the hospital. We need to put something in this time slot. And then Creed's like, everybody loves an underdog story. I'm an underdog story. Fight my man's, basically. And then the Mexican guy's like, no, I'm not gonna fight your man's. He's nobody. Like, why would I do that? And then Creed's like, bro, if it was me, I do it, because you know, uh, old dude took a chance on him because he was an underdog in the first movie. So the Mexican guy is like, okay, bet I'll fight him. Because he wants to beat this guy up anyway. So fight comes around. Fight happens. I love these boxing scenes. They really get the heart pumping. They're having a good fight, good fight, good fight, and obviously Jonathan Major's character, Diamond, uh, wins. He wins, and immediately it goes to his head. He just totally has a character change. He's like, yeah, I'm him. I'm him. Like, I don't need you, Creed. I'm him. I've always been him. Uh, because in the beginning he was a former Golden Globes champion. Creed used to carry his gloves. Creed was like his little sidekick back in the day. So I could see from Jonathan Major's point of view, like throughout the whole movie, it's like he even makes a comment like this in the movie. Uh, Jonathan Majors feels like Creed is living the life that he should have lived, as well as he abandoned him in his eyes, and he feels like he's better than Creed. He's always been better than Creed. Like, there's always like somebody in the gym who's like watching sports and shit. Always talking shit about, like, if my leg didn't get hurt, or really secretly I'm better than him. Jonathan Majors really could be, really better than him. So that happens. Creed confronts Anderson, because the Creed, like, I'm sorry, Anderson had been writing to Creed a lot in prison. And Creed just never got all these letters, 18 years worth of letters, because his mother, Creed's mother, had been purposely like keeping these letters away from Creed, so Creed just could like have a clean break with Anderson, because she didn't want him falling in that crowd with him, running behind him, all because he used to just run behind Anderson all the time. She just didn't want him to be associated with him anymore. So this was just the easiest way to do this. So obviously he's hurt. He confronts his mother. His mother says, wow, that, I mean, I don't apologize for wanting to let you have a better life. So and then she leaves, and then the next scene, like couple scenes later, she's dead. She's fucking dead. She just has a stroke and dies. Uh, it was more emotional than that, but it was more emotional than that. But that's how I felt. She just, at the moment she like said, that really hurt, Creed. That really hurt. You hit hard. I just knew she was fucking out of here. Like, she's dead. But so Creed confronts Anderson. Anderson is celebrating his championship, won his first professional fight, and he becomes a champion. Uh, he's like talking shit about Creed. He's like, you abandoned me. You ain't shit. I never needed you. Well, I did. Well, he's like, well, I did need you. I needed you that was in those when I was in jail, and yeah, when I got out, I needed you, but now I really don't need you. So fuck off. And then Creed's like, all right, bet, and he leaves. And then Creed's like, he makes a decision to come out of retirement to stop uh Diamond's like dynasty from beginning, because if Creed did not come out of retirement, Damien is just gonna be running shit for because Damien was just knocking people out over and over and over again. It's crazy. Jonathan Majors did a really good job portraying this guy. Like he acted his ass off because I didn't even know who Jonathan Majors was until he like was in Loki. I didn't like so I've only seen him as Kang the Conqueror. So it was so interesting seeing him like really like try to he obviously he's trying in Kang, but like this is just a different tone. He's a really good actor. I would say he even like in some scenes outacted Michael B. Jordan. Uh but yeah, so Creed goes on to like Stephen A's fake little show and declares war on challenges Diamond for the heavyweight champion title, and Damien calls into the show. He's like talking shit. Steven, he messy in real life and in the fake life. So he said, yeah, turn him on. Yeah, let him in. And he's like, they just have a a a, a heated conversation, and the 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 fight is set. Um, the fight is in the Dodger Stadium in L.A. Is it is the Dodger Stadium in LA? Probably. I hope that's true because I never been to LA. I just pulled that on my ass. I'm not even gonna fact check that. The Dodger Stadium in LA. Um, they're gonna have the fight in there. It's a big old fight, and then this fight right here, really this whole movie, but this fight really just like really ding ding light bulb. I think Michael B. Jordan really likes anime because this whole fight sequence, all these fight scenes felt straight out of anime, like an anime ass fight scene. Because like there was literally one scene where they're like, obviously they're going back and forth round for round, like round 12. They get all the way to round 12. They're going round for round, just having little snide little comments. They're going crazy. But there was one scene where like it becomes like real artsy, where like all the crowd disappears and it's like smoke everywhere, and then they're like it's making it seem like they're the only ones in the world, like the only thing that matters is them fighting. So they're just like it's like silent. All you hear is like the sound effects and like them just locked in fighting. And then like Krieg gets like punched into like the ropes, but like the ropes are actually like a jail cell to like symbolizing the jail. And then Creed like punches him into like into the corner, and it's like a pillow thing, because like Creed used to wear like this little pillow and like let Dame punch him, I guess. But they're doing that shit, and then they get to like the final punch, and they do the Goku they do the Goku and Vegeta punch each other, like they're both like bruh, like intrusive thought just can't, like I really just shouted. I was like, I'm watching anime right now, like just crazy. But so that was cool. I actually did like that scene. It was you could tell anime influence just jumped straight out at me. You could tell the anime influence just really was really prominent. But the fight continues on. It's a hard fight. It's very emotional. Throughout the whole movie, Creed has been like preaching this. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about control and timing or whatever. Just like the same old fighting movie mantra philosophy, basically. So they fight. Jonathan loses, obviously. Damien loses. It would have been it would have been crazy if he won, but Damien falls over. He loses. He gets knocked out. Um, and Creed wins. He's the champion again. After the fight, Creed is celebrating with all his friends in the locker room. Then he leaves the locker room to go and talk to Dame, and they start like having this heart to heart. And then that really felt like a Naruto moment, talking no jutsu, be friends with the villain, after the fight or even during the fight. They patch up their differences, and that's it. Happy ending. Uh, I if I had to assign a number to this movie, I'd give it like a 8.5. I think it was a great movie for Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. It was a good movie. Uh, Obviously the things that I would have liked more. I would have liked if they would have resolved some of the plot lines to set up, like with the singer. They started a plot line with the daughter, like why is she so angry? Like they said, we have to find out why she's so angry and why she wants to, do this and that and that. We got to find out why the daughter's so angry. Um, I wish they would have like delved more deeper into the psychology of Dame, or like how close they were in the past. I don't know, just something more in the past. Maybe we should saw more of Jonathan like in prison, just in there, just stewing, just because like from Damien's perspective, he was abandoned. Creed didn't answer any of his letters. He was abandoned by Creed. He watched on TV Creed living this fantastic life, just abandoned. So you watch somebody live the life you want to live. And then you get out and he's just he's like you feel like he's like trying to do like trying to son you do a little charity thing, and it's just and then obviously you hate getting outdone by somebody you think you are better than. I like I think they did that. The character had so like has was so layered. I feel like, and if they would have just shown some more layers, this movie could have been like really tight. Like this had the makings of like a really good movie, but like it's still a good movie, but like it could have been a really good movie. Uh, great first movie. Don't think I know I could not have done better. But that's pretty much it for all the gripes. I don't want them to make any more Creed movies. I think Creed as a character has completed his arc. He's done. He's perfect. And even if they're trying to like cast like when I cast, even they're trying to make like a new franchise with like the daughter, maybe she grows up and she wants to pursue boxing. I don't know what the plot's gonna be like. What is her antagonist? What is she fighting? What is her internal struggle, or who will she fight against? Like she's deaf, okay, but she comes from a loving home. Uh and even a home that even Tessa Thompson comes around at the end and supports the daughter's like interest in fighting. So she who is she struggling against? Uh, but if they do want to continue on the franchise with the daughter, they aged the daughter up. Let's say 15 or 16 years have passed. The daughter is like an adult, and she's like bulky as fuck, and she wants to like get into boxing. The antagonist they should cast just so like we can watch Creed's daughter like beat her ass. Michael B. Jordan should cast Lori Harvey as the antagonist, just to get that out, all his pent up his aggression out against Miss Harvey. But I I feel like that'd be pretty funny. But overall, movie was good. 8.5. Very minor things I changed. I would recommend it. I liked it better than Creed 1. So pretty good. All right. Thank God for watching. It's been your boy Cet-Ki. I'm out. Love you.